We live in a consumer society. We buy so much stuff, constantly influenced by commercials, celebrities, social media, and more, all pushing us to buy. Everywhere we look, someone or something is trying to influence us to purchase something. Not only that, but everything seems to be getting more and more expensive. A lot of this boils down to people just trying to make money, which is fine. We are a capitalist society after all. But here's what I've realized. I can't control businesses or their marketing strategies. I can only control myself. The more I recognize this, the less I wanted to buy. So I want to share some of the items I've already stopped buying, along with new items I've decided to stop purchasing in 2025. One of the things I stopped buying last year was all-purpose cleaning solutions, and let me share why and what I'm doing instead. Cleaning sprays can get pretty expensive, especially the name brand ones. Last year, I made the switch to store brand sprays to save money, but this year, I found an even better strategy, making my own cleaning solution. Here's how it works. You just mix vinegar with water, and if you want to mask that vinegar smell, you can add a few drops of essential oils. Super simple. Now let's break down the math. A store brand cleaning spray costs around $3.97 for 24 ounces. On the other hand, a 128 ounce bottle of vinegar costs $3.35. To make the cleaning solution, you mix half vinegar and half water. So that 128 ounces of vinegar plus 128 ounces of water gives you 256 ounces of cleaning solution. How many bottles of 24 ounce cleaning solution can I make with that? 256 ounces divided by 24 ounces equals about 10 bottles. So with this $3.35 container of vinegar, I can make 10 bottles of all-purpose cleaning spray. I save around $35, and honestly, for me, that's totally worth it. Another thing I stopped buying last year was snacks and cookies. And let me tell you what, for as long as I can remember, I had this habit of always going to the cookie and chip aisle at the grocery store. I didn't even realize I was doing it most of the time. It was just automatic. Like, it was built into my grocery store routine, probably from like childhood, I guess. Even if I didn't plan to buy anything, I'd look around and almost always grab a pack of cookies. But then at one point in my life, I decided to focus on eating healthier. So I started buying healthier snacks. But if you've ever been down that road, you know that the healthier something is, the more expensive it tends to be. In my mind, I'd justify the higher price by saying, well, it's worth it because it's healthier. But then one day, as I was staring at the snack aisle, it hit me. Why do I even need to buy this at all? Somewhere along the way, I'd convinced myself that snacks and cookies were a requirement, but they're not. They're not a basic food group. They're just extra. When I finally realized this, it was like a switch flipped in my mind and I stopped buying them altogether. Here's the savings part. I was spending about $6 on cookies every grocery trip. Let's say I go to the store once a week, even though I probably go a little bit more. That's $6 times 4 weeks, which adds up to $24 a month. That's $24 saved just by cutting out something I didn't actually need, and honestly, I don't miss them. So if you're looking to save a little extra money, ask yourself, are there things you're buying out of habit that you don't actually need? For me, cutting out cookies was such a simple change, but it made a noticeable difference. Another item I decided to stop buying this year is liquid hand soap. Those little bottles are tiny and expensive. Instead, I've made the switch to bar soap. I know liquid soap is more convenient, but since I'm trying to save money, I don't mind taking a little extra time to lather up with the bar. To be honest, I wasn't exactly sure how much I'd be saving by making this switch, so I asked ChatGPT, which is more affordable and lasts longer, bar soap or liquid soap? The answer was simple. Bar soap tends to be more affordable and lasts longer than liquid soap. So there you have it. I don't have an exact dollar amount for how much I'm saving, but I know I'm saving, and every little bit counts. Alcohol is another item I've significantly cut back on. Not only is it expensive, but let's face it, it's not good for us. In my opinion, alcohol is one of the most heavily promoted items out there, which makes it easy to buy and consume without even really thinking about it much. A couple of years ago, I used to buy the big packs of alcohol, like a 12-pack or even a 24-pack. The problem with this wasn't just the cost. Having alcohol readily available meant I was drinking more often, and hence spending more actually. So to reduce both my spending and my drinking, last year I switched to 4 packs of wine that cost $5.99. These were more affordable, and since each 4-pack lasted me about 2 days, I was drinking less. I was buying around 4 packs a month, which added up to $24 per month. But even $24 a month felt like too much, especially for something I knew wasn't good for me. So I decided to scale back even further. I started buying individual bottles of wine for $3.97 each. These last a single day, which meant I was drinking far less. And what I noticed was that the fewer days I drank, the less I craved it. As a result, I'm now only buying 2 to 3 bottles a month, which comes out to just $8 to $12 per month. This change has helped me save money and drink more mindfully. If cutting back on alcohol is something you've been thinking about, this is a great way to start, reducing it little by little. It's better for your health, your wallet, and honestly, your overall well-being. Calendars. Calendars have always been something I love, but I've run into a few problems with them. For one, I'd write things down, but then almost never open the calendar to check what I had planned. Another issue was that the squares were often too small to fit everything I needed to jot down. So last year, I decided to stop using the calendar altogether. However, I started thinking about it again this year, and I realized I want a big calendar where I can fit everything I need into each square. Plus, I want it displayed somewhere I can see it daily without having to open it up. But what I didn't want to do was spend money on a large calendar that I wasn't sure I would even use. So instead of buying one, I got a big poster board from Dollar Tree and created my own messy calendar. I placed it on my fridge so it's right in front of me every day. This way I can see if I'm actually going to use it before I invest in a fancier, more expensive calendar. What's funny is that many of us buy things we think we'll use but end up not using at all. This DIY paper calendar cost me only 50 cents per month and it's working perfectly. Laundry beads are something I stopped buying last year as well. To be honest, they are so expensive, and I didn't really notice a huge difference in scent. In my opinion, the clothes felt and smelled the same whether I used the beads or not. I realized that if I wanted my clothes to smell nice, I didn't need to rely on those expensive beads. I can always use perfume or body sprays. They, without a doubt, provide a nice scent, unlike the uncertainty of the laundry beads. K-cups are another thing I'm stopping this year. I only have one left because from now on I plan to switch to disposable K-cups and just use a good old bag of coffee. Let's do some math. A 48 pack of K-cups costs about $29 and a 12-ounce bag of coffee costs about $7. I asked ChatGPT for help on how many K-cups I could fill with a 12-ounce bag of coffee, and it said I could fill 34 K-cups. So let's break it down. Pre-made K-cups around 60 cents per K-cup. Using the coffee bag, 21 cents per K-cup. Now, if I drink coffee every day, which I do, 60 cents times 30 days equals $18 per month for the pre-made K-cups. 21 cents times 30 days equals $6.30 per month for the refillable K-cups. Clearly, the refillable K-cups are the better deal. Also, just a side note, if you're just 1 or 2 people and you know someone with a Costco card, you can ask them to buy you a big bag from there. The trick I use is that I ask for just one item at a time. Last month, I asked my mom to pick up some collagen for me at Costco, and I paid her back. But next month, or maybe soon, I'm going to ask her for a big bag of coffee. That way, I don't overwhelm her with too many requests at once, and she's more willing to do it. Nail polishes have just gotten ridiculously expensive. It's wild. I already have a couple of nail polishes, but I've decided I'm not buying any more in 2025. I just can't understand these prices. I've already donated a few journals I had, and I have a few left, but I don't plan on buying any more. For some reason, I would always buy journals just because they were cute, but then I'd end up using only a few pages before they'd be stashed away in a junk drawer. So this year, I've decided to buy regular journals, just simple 97-cent journals, and only if I need it, and just one at a time. When I run out of pages, I'll buy another one. No more spending $5 or more on a cute, tiny journal that I barely use. I hope this gives you some ideas for things you might want to rethink in your own life too. Let me know in the comments if you're planning to stop buying any of these items I mentioned, or if you already made some similar changes. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to press the like button. See you on the next one.